yourself and how energetically sensitive you are, what you're feeling, how you're feeling. You know, really. Kids, your kids will probably, you know, no, mommy, yes, mommy, no, mommy. You should bring them up sometime and we'll just play with them and just see what fun.
Well, my daughter would go
to
town to
it would be great.
She would love it.
Yeah, it would be fun. You know, it would be really fun. You should just bring her up. But they work, they just work on all the different levels. You know, they work on the emotional level, on the spiritual level. They connect you to spirit. They connect you to your emotions. They can bring stuff up. Sometimes people don't like them because they feel worse because they take, they take something like Black-Eyed Susan or something, and they find that they start feeling, some of the old emotions coming up. Well, I remember one guy, what did he take? Golden eardrops. And he had all these, and because that's about bringing up stuff to it, he had all these amazing throat things that happened to him. It was phenomenal. I mean, it was really helpful for him, but he had to go through this thing for a couple of days, as he was going through it. Now, it doesn't always happen that way. It depends on if you're ready. I don't think it will happen to people that aren't ready. It will happen to people who don't want to do it. My mother-in-law used to say, "Oh, rescue remedy makes me feel worse." I'm like, yeah, okay. We know you don't want to go there. It's just, she wasn't ready. She didn't want to take it. She didn't want anything to do with them, So that was her excuse and way out. It makes her feel worse. Well, it may have made her get in touch with something she didn't want to get in touch with. Hello, that's what it is. There's not a person on the planet that couldn't use these. On the other hand, there are many people on the planet that won't take them because they don't think they need them, or they think they're foolish, or they think they won't work. But that all has to do with they don't know they don't know. Like we said before. They just don't know they don't know. You know that you know, and you know that you're not perfect, and I know that I'm not perfect. And boy, I want to get as better as I can. I don't know how much better that is, but I want to keep going. And so until I'm totally whatever, which means I won't be on the planet, I need flower essences to help me. And they're wonderful, wonderful helpers. They do amazing, amazing things. My story about this medical person that I met actually in Hawaii. My son-in-law said, "This guy just started medical school and he's not doing well." So I went to see him and actually had a rash on his back because the medical community couldn't figure out what the rash was from. So we looked at it and it was in the shape of a heart. Well, hello, okay, so there's something going on here with his heart, all right. So then we thought, okay, so what's going on with you? And over a couple of hours, he sold his drums to go to medical school because he thought it should be very serious in medical school, and they're saying. And he's this jovial teddy bear kind of guy, right? So you know that that's not going to do it just to go to medical school and hit the books. So anyway, we gave him some herbs to clear his liver and to clear some of that stuff from his heart. And then we started looking at flower essences because in the upshot of talking to him, we found out his mother had said to him, probably before 6, that he would never make anything of his life. Okay, and he remembered that. So, I cry every time I say this story. So we gave him Larch, which is about self-confidence. Okay, now he was at the bottom of his class then. He was in the first year of medical school. So probably Christmas time, somewhere around there. So he'd been struggling right along, really limping along with it. And we gave him Larch. He kept it in his lab coat the whole time, all through school. And every time he started feeling like that, feeling like he couldn't make it because Larch is about self-confidence. I can do it. Every time he would take Larch, and he ended up 3rd in his class.
It's really wonderful.
Beautiful. So.
Life-changing.
Absolutely life-changing. Absolutely. So they're profound beyond belief. They are profound beyond belief. You just have to take them. And the thing I can say about them the most, or the reason people don't take them the most, is because they begin to make you feel better, and then you forget why you're feeling better, and you forget to take them. And it's like something else. You ate carrots today. Does that mean you never eat them again in your life? It just doesn't make sense. We don't think that way. We think of them as medicine or whatever, or we just forget. It's so subtle, you know. It makes you feel so much like yourself that you just forget to take them because you're feeling real good. You know, you feel like yourself. So they are for everything. I don't care what you have. There's a flower essence that can work for it. I've had people suicidal. This is one you should have in your office. Probably everybody should have. Sweet chestnut. It's for the dark night of the soul. It works instantly. I've used it on the phone with somebody with a gun to their head, and they had the flower essences. Rescue Remedy, and mine is SOS, but it's the same basic thing. And sweet chestnut. I've had somebody come in here. People come in here. One particular man I'm thinking of said, "I'm going to end my life. There's no reason to be alive. I don't know what to do." I gave him a cup of tea. They had Rescue Remedy and sweet chestnut in it. Within 15 minutes, we were making a plan for his life. They just are amazing beyond belief. I can't say enough about them. I just think they're so magical. And Dr. Bach knew this. I mean, he knew that God put the herbs in the garden for our healing and the food in our gardens for our sustenance. He has a quote like that. Why would we just do the healing? Why would we just do the corn for our sustenance, so to speak, without thinking about the fact that all these wonderful, beautiful flowers, hundreds of them, are there just as gifts to us to help us on this path that we find so difficult in the third dimension. And it is difficult. So why not try to make it easier?
Feed and nourish the emotions.
Feed and nourish the emotions and the spirit. Absolutely. They're just, I don't know. Used it for transition, for helping people pass over. Had a beautiful, beautiful experience with this man that, oh my gosh, it was just amazing. And his daughter and another very special person had been with him for 36 hours or whatever, and I came, they called me and I came and gave him flower remedies, and he passed, and it was incredibly beautiful. I had been doing Reiki on him, and it was a really nice thing. He was a missionary in China, and he was back retired, and he would teach me Japanese pen and ink, and I would do Reiki for him. He was a beautiful man. It was a very, big blessing for me. But just to watch him, just with the remedies, he just needed those to just let go and move beyond and go to the next plane. And the light after that, it's like, oh my gosh.
And which remedies help with that transition?
There are a couple. Sweet chestnut again is really good, but there's another one I'm missing. One of the A's. I don't know if it's in here. It's not Angelica. I don't have it here. It's in.
Wasn't walnut?
No. Walnut, you could use walnut too. I think I didn't use. I can't remember. I know that I just grabbed things and ran.
Or aspen.
No, it's one that's specific. It might be chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum is one you can use like that, but there's another one. Angel's trumpet. Angel's trumpet.
Doesn't that just make sense?
Yeah, right.